Listen to this podcast now
on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Leadership Thread with Dr. Peggy Polonis.
I'm Dr. Peggy Polonis. Join me on each episode where I unravel the story that shaped leaders, tracing the thread that led them where they are today. Because leadership isn't born in adulthood. And thank you once again for joining us on the Leadership Thread, education, ethics, and sustainability.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi! Okay, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
There's so much activity happening in the Middle East. Lots of firepower being hit at Iran, but Iran also hitting a lot of its Arab neighbors. Who better to talk about all this than Brigadier General Blaine Holt, Deputy Representative there to NATO, and also former C-17 commander. General Holt, where is this going?
It's going in the right direction so far. Good to be with you. But in, very, very relatively few hours, you have a regime that's collapsing in and of itself. So we can all say, well, this is regime change, but that's really a byproduct of what's happening here. They came in and said, we're going to keep this 463 grams of enriched uranium. We're going to do a lot more than that. It's like, well, then you're a present and direct and clear and present danger to everybody, and we're not going to have it. And so we're not going to have your ballistic missiles. President Trump's got a legacy coming on, and one of those things is going to be the Iran scourge after 47 years is going away.
So, General, tell me, Israel destroyed the first regime when he destroyed those buildings with 40 the Ayatollah and his 40 friends. And now this morning, he destroyed the second regime that was going on. Now, is the Ayatollah, the oldest son of the Ayatollah, is that the third regime?
Yeah, they've gone through a couple of successors. The Ayatollah did not pick his son to be in the line of succession. That gentleman, and I've forgotten his name since because he was assassinated within hours of being selected. This last hit on 88 clerics was when they were convening to vote in the new one. You would think they would learn how a Zoom phone call works by now because the intelligence is just exquisite on where these guys are at all times. And when you're eaten up and compromised and infiltrated that much with intelligence, there's no way that they're going to be able to put together the theocracy or the strong, heavy-handed mullah type.
So how many people actually died this morning?
88. 88 were gone in that one strike. Oh, it's quite a bit. There's more to come. There is more to come.
And so, you'll be next, Governor. In your intelligence, I mean, you've been there. You used to report to the head of the NATO, which was Admiral Stavridis. Are they going to destroy everything that Iran has in that area?
They're going to destroy command and control infrastructure. They're going to destroy the secret police. They're going to destroy key leaders and capabilities that the IRGC has. Here's the goal. We don't want to hijack the revolution of the Iranian people to take back their country, but they're going to need our help to keep the advantage in their hands. You'll see the Kurds now massing on the border between Iran and Iraq. Those are hardened fighters, and they want to get in and help those revolutionaries. In exchange, they'll get a better day and a better deal for the Kurds out of it. But so the next 3-4 weeks are going to be very difficult, but that's where I see this thing going into the next phase.
General Pataki?
General, you talked about the next 3 or 4 weeks being difficult. The hope is that these attacks will destroy enough of their launchers and sites that over a period of time, we'll see a significant diminishment in the amount of ordnance that the Iranians are able to throw at the nearby neighbors. Do you have any sense as to when this might start, where we see a falling off of their ability to attack? And then just a second one, Iran is saying that they're saving their strongest and best weapons for later. Is there any truth to that?
No, I don't think so, Governor, but you're hitting on a very, very important topic, which is how do we manage missile defense, knowing we've got a finite supply of interceptors and ordnance. So it's a layered approach. One of those things is exactly what you're talking about. We're using our fighter coverage, 24/7 fighter ops, to go in, find their launchers, find their people who launch, and wipe them out as fast as we can, diminish those stocks. And then the other part is we identify what these shapes are coming in and we evaluate them. If they're just going to hurt concrete and infrastructure, we may let them go to save that interceptor for something more dangerous. And that's where you see drones hitting the Dubai consulate, or certain other events like that. So we have to be very discerning, but every single day they're weakening, their targeting is weakening. And no, the hypersonic stuff that happened on day one, I think that was their most formidable challenge for us. That we'll see. But you don't want to presuppose anything. Could they do a chemical bio thing coming up out of desperation? Don't know. There's still unknowns. We shouldn't be arrogant or cocky about this.
Well, that's pretty scary stuff. Wow. Keep us posted, General Holt. We love having you because this has obviously just begun. President Trump said it's going to go weeks.
Usually we get daily reports. I think this war has gotten down to hourly reports.
Yeah, I agree. There's so much changing.
Right. It's fast.
Yeah. Thank you.
General Holt.
Everybody.
Thank you for everything you've done for our country and continue to do for our country.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Rural Americans deserve access to the best our nation has to offer, especially when it comes to healthcare. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families' health. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.